It's that time, gang. We have Oscar nominations right there. I cannot wait. And you know what? We're just going to get started. And we're going to start with the category that to me is the hardest to predict. Well, maybe not the three or four, but that fifth spot, it's killing me. And I get it. I already know who I'm picking as my winner in these categories, as I'm sure you guys do too. But my competitive self wants to be right on all five of them. So, where am I at? I don't know. The BAFTAs messed me up. You didn't have the Critics' Choice winners. And you know what? We have to remember with all of these nominations, it's the people within that division or category that votes for the nominees. So, not everybody in the Academy gets to vote for the nominees, right? They only pick the winners. So, we got to think about it. The actors branch, which is the biggest branch of them all, something like roughly 1,200 people, are picking the five actors and actresses in each of the supporting and leading categories. So I don't know. People say SEG should tell us something, but then people say BAFTA is actually the biggest predictor of the Oscars, yet really statistics say it's Critics' Choice. I don't know. I think I'm going to look at it all, but I kind of got to go with my gut. So here we are. Let's start with actress in a supporting role. Now, we all know that since November 22nd, when Wicked came out, I've been predicting this. I'm not going to change my mind on it. Hashtag Grande Oscar win, right? I know that like 98% of the people know that she's going to be nominated, but only like 23% of people are picking her to win. I'm guessing that's because of Zoe Saldana's win at the Globes and how much traction she's been building. But there is still that, what does Amelia Perez actually mean for the Academy? We don't know. I mean, just was it today? Amelia Perez got completely snubbed at the GLAAD Awards. Will that impact some of those Academy voters? I don't know. We can definitely say Ariana Grande, Zoe Saldana, they're the top two. I mean, they've been having a cat fight. Yes, Sprout, Dak, I said cat fight. They've been having a cat fight all season back and forth. I mean, they tied at the Astras because they couldn't decide. I think right now with film festivals and such, like Grande's got 9 wins, 33 nominations. Zeldana's got, 12 wins, 43 nominations. I mean, it could really go either way. To me, though, I've got to go back to what I've always said from the beginning and even with Wicked. Looking at the history of the Academy Awards, when they want to honor a musical that they like, they tend to give that kind of win in the supporting actress category. Let's think about 2022 when Ariana DeBose won with West Side Story. Let's think about The Color Purple and how the only nomination The Color Purple got in 2024 was in the supporting actress category for Danielle Brooks. I just think the Academy loves Wicked. I still think Wicked's going to end up with 11 nominations at the Academy Awards, if not potentially 13, but I've been predicting 11 since the end of November, and I'm going to stick with that. So I think the Academy loves Wicked. I think domestically it's done very well. I understand we have international voters. That part of the Academy has grown, but I think we cannot underestimate the love of Wicked. And so to me, it's going to be Grande at number 1. Zeldana will come in. Now, this supporting actress category for me has been the hardest to predict my 3, 4, 5. I actually looked back at some of my notes that are scattered all over my desk here. And legitimately, I think I've changed my mind on 3, 4, and 5 so many times. But I've locked it in. I am locked in on the Awards Expert app, which if you don't have it, download it, put your picks in, and then you can follow me and we can kind of compare our results. So, all right, here's where I ended up with. At number 3, I had to give it, despite how I personally feel about Isabella Rossellini's role in Conclave and how to me, her dialogue, her nonverbal, for the little bit, I mean, when I say little bit, she was in that movie, I wouldn't give her the nomination. But then again, she's been doing super well. I mean, I think the only thing she missed so far was SAG. And I get it. People are like, well, that's Screen Actors Guild Award. Like, if she couldn't get that vote, what makes us think the Academy? 120,000 Screen Actors Guild voters. Well, actually, I think only eligible were maybe like 91,000 versus 1,200. There's a difference. And I mean, she's Hollywood royalty. So unfortunately, and I mean, it's not unfortunate. She is a good actress. She's a great actress. But I just don't think that the role is enough with everything else out there this year that she should be getting the Oscar nomination. But I think at 3, we're going to have Isabella Rossellini. And then at 4, I'm telling you, man, I have been toying with like Margaret Qualley's been in there. Then at some point I had Selena Gomez. Then I've had Ingenue Ellis Taylor. And oh, let's not forget, Jamie Lee Curtis. But I did end up locking in Jamie Lee Curtis at my spot 5, right? Like for me, I really do think she's going to end up making it. I think the SAG nomination shocked us all. And then, wow, she got the BAFTA nomination. So I think we can't deny her in that role. And for me, I think I have to go back to Felicity Jones for The Brutalist at spot number 4. I've been toying with that one the whole time. I understand a lot of people might not agree with me on the Felicity Jones thing because people are saying, yes, The Brutalist might fit that Oscar mold of a movie, but some people aren't even finishing the movie, right? Like they're like watching the first half, like up to intermission, and then they're not watching the end half. Well, Felicity Jones's entire role is in the second half. So if they're not watching the second half, how can they vote for it? I don't know that that's really true, or if we're just hearing like that film Twitter bullshit that goes on where people are saying, oh my God, people aren't finishing the movie and they're walking out. I highly doubt that because let's be real. Every person who turns on The Brutalist or goes to The Brutalist knows wholeheartedly that they are in for a 3.5 hour movie. So get over it, move on. I don't really think that that's happening. And we have to remember, she is a former Oscar nominee. In 2014, she was nominated for The Theory of Everything. The Academy knows her. She does great work. And I mean, between the movie, her past, I think she's going to get in there. However, I would not be surprised because, like I said, I've been toying with this and my 6, 7, 8 are like right there. And I could see any of them getting in. And to be quite honest, it would not break my heart if the number 8 choice that I have here pops right on up because frankly at number 8 I have Ingenue Ellis Taylor and I love her. I think she is a fabulous actress. I think again the Academy knows her. 2022 she was nominated for actress in a supporting role for King Richard. She did great in it and everybody who's seen Nickel Boys says she is a standout. Like she's not in a lot of scenes but every scene she's in she is talked about. She is the center, she is the focus. And I mean we can't deny that. What is going to hurt her, though, is that Too Little Too Late, Amazon and MGM finally came out with like a for your consideration ads. And on every single one of them, Ingenue Ellis Taylor is like front and center. But Amazon, MGM, did you screw up? Did you start it too late? I don't know. And then 6, 7, frankly, I personally would put Qualley above Gomez because I think, like you've heard me say in other videos, you don't have the substance and Demi Moore's like amazing role without having Margaret Qualley, right? They're 2 peas in a pod. So how you cannot have Margaret Qualley in there, I don't know. But then again, BAFTA just recently did it. So will the Academy, is Margaret Qualley too new that they're not going to honor her in this? That's where I see it happening. And so that's why, to me, people will put Selena Gomez above Margaret Qualley because her name's more well known. Even though she's not good in the movie, I don't think she deserved the BAFTA. I can't believe, like, I kind of understood the Globes because, well, it's the Globes, but really, BAFTA. So maybe that's going to be okay. However, to me, those are the 8 that I see. And I mean, I'm not going to be surprised come Thursday morning if I've only gotten 3 of those 5 right. Let's hope, though, that those 4 and 5 are on my list of top 8. And of course, my honorable mention has to be Danielle Deadwyler, who, again, does not deserve to keep getting snubbed, but she does. She got snubbed in the Globes this year and for 2023 until she got snubbed in 2023 for Till at the Oscars. She has, however, gotten both the SAG nomination and the Critics' Choice, but what does that really mean? Probably not too much. I mean, she was on the BAFTA long list, but she didn't make the BAFTA nomination. So she's my honorable mention, but yeah, I couldn't even put her in my top 8. Moving on to actress in a lead role, I feel a little more confident with my picks here. I mean, at least to me, I know I'm going to get 4 out of 5 right. And I'm not trying to be cocky. Like, I just think we all know that there are a legit 4 that are locked into place. But that 5th spot, I'm telling you, man, I think could go to any one of the 4 women that I've got here from 5 through 8. So let's see what I predicted. And again, this is like kind of my order of how I think they're going to rank. So coming in at number 1, and y'all know how I feel, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. I mean, let's remember how excited I got when, Demi Moore won the Golden Globes. And, if you haven't seen that short video, I'll link it up here because to me, like, I was so excited and I kind of was on that high for like a week. But here I go. I got Demi Moore coming in at number 1. I still think she's going to win. # more Oscar win. I don't think you can deny her performance in that role. No matter how much the Academy might dislike body horror films, you got to give Demi the win. And I know coming in at number 2, I've got Mikey Madison. And I think like the awards expert app at one time had like Mikey Madison at like 43% of people were picking her to win, and like 44% or 45% were picking Demi to win. So again, another cat fight that we've got going on there. I think Demi Moore just pulls it off. I think her extensive, Hollywood background, people love her. The speech she gave at the Golden Globes, I think, pushed her over the edge. I think Mikey Madison is young and new. It's her first big role. I think we'll continue to see her in the future, and having been on the award circuit all this season for Anora, she's going to next time around just have that much more of a boost up. So I got Mikey Madison coming in at number 2. Always have said it. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked coming in. However, in my Wicked prediction video, I thought she would just sneak in at like number 5. However, now, as we've seen throughout this whole award season, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, looking at the wins, the nominations, these top 4 actresses that I have here, they've been nominated in pretty much everything. Every award season thing that we've had. Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, SAG, BAFTAs, like all of it. So Erivo is now moved from my 5 to my 3. And then at number 4, I've got Carla Sofia Gascon. I don't care how much film Twitter and everybody dislikes Amelia Perez. You are not going to not nominate our first transgendered actress in Amelia Perez. And so that's coming in at number 4. Now the 5th spot, this is my long shot. So again, my competitive nature, go big or go home. And I've said I continue to think that the Oscars have to do better about nominating international performers, even if their film isn't nominated for Best Picture. So I am putting Fernanda Torres in for I'm Still Here. She won the Golden Globe. She gave that amazing, powerful speech and the excitement of her mother, like all of it. I think Fernanda Torres deserves the nomination. I think it proves for once like the Academy is moving international, and that we can't continue to kind of just be like, we gave you international films, so that must mean we like you. No, we've got to start to honor the individual performances. And that does break my heart, because that means coming in at number 6, I've got, Angelina Jolie. And I never once thought I wouldn't put Angelina in there. But I think given what's going on, and even though Pablo Larraín always gets his women in the actress category. I mean, he did it with Kristen Stewart in Spencer. He did it with Natalie Portman in Jackie. Neither one of those films got any other nominations except for those 2. And Maria is kind of being talked about a little bit with costume design, but really, honestly, this would have been their shot with Maria. And I might end up regretting it. And you know what? I guess I won't regret it if she actually gets the Oscar nomination, because who doesn't want to see her at the Academy Awards in a beautiful ball gown? But yes, I digress. I think she'll be there anyway because she's Angelina Jolie. I don't know. I struggle with that one because there has just been not a lot of positive reviews with Maria. And even though Jackie and Spencer maybe weren't getting like tons of accolades and other things, they were being talked about in a more positive light than Maria. So I got Angelina at 6. I've got Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl coming in at number 7. She did win the National Board of Review, and she is obviously a former Oscar winner and Oscar nominee, just like Angelina. However, their movies are just not being talked about that much in the film community. So I got Kidman coming in at number 7. I mean, she did get the nomination for the Golden Globe, but honestly, not much more than that. She got snubbed at BAFTAs, and that's fine. So got her at number 7. Coming in at number 8, I have Pamela Anderson. I know this is a total long shot, hence the reason at number 8. I know people are like, but you put Pamela Anderson above Marianne Jean-Baptiste for Hard Truths. I did, only because let's look at it, right? Marianne Jean-Baptiste did really good in film festivals and early on, but hasn't been doing much. She is picking up a little steam now with the BAFTA nomination, and Anderson wasn't even on the BAFTA long list. However, let's not forget that Pamela Anderson did get a Golden Globe nomination and a SAG nomination. So what does that tell you? And the fact that you've got Jamie Lee Curtis, who's been picking up steam as well. The Last Showgirl is being seen now more than anyone thought it would. So I don't know. It is a long shot, but I could not leave her out, and I did have to put her above Baptiste. So at number 8, I got Pamela Anderson. Those are my picks. What are your guys' picks? Who do you have being nominated? Who do you have winning? We're going to find out soon. Stay tuned. All of the films, all of the categories through my Oscar-obsessed ADHD point of view. Thanks for joining, and until next time.